Thank you guys for coming. Just going to give a quick speech. I know this is probably going to be a long service, so I'll make this as short as I can. Start off with a quote. Let me tell you something you already know. The world ain't all sunshine and rainbows. It's a very mean and nasty place. And I don't care how tough you are, it will beat you to your knees and keep you there permanently if you let it. You, me, or nobody is going to hit as hard as life. But it ain't about how hard you hit. It's about how hard you can get hit and keep moving forward. That's how winning is done. Now, if you know what you're worth, then go out and get what you're worth. But you gotta be willing to take the hits and not pointing fingers saying you ain't where you wanna be because of him or her or anybody. Cowards do that, and that ain't you. You're better than that. Rocky Balboa. It's interesting how life works. When I first heard about the possibility of attending EBCS, I wasn't too hyped or excited. Going from the public and private school, I knew what my brothers and I were getting into. At least, I thought I knew. Honestly, I thought EBCS was a small, strict school with cultish rules and strict teachers. But little did I know, I was wrong. In all seriousness, the lessons I've learned academically, spiritually, and athletically at EBCS, I may not have learned at any other school at such a deep level of blatant truth. I used to think that some of the rules here were ridiculous, and quite frankly, that the teachers were just trying to simulate the Dark Ages. But I soon began to realize that there was all sorts of characters in a Christian school, and no matter how individual we all thought we were, there were some biblical truths reflected in the rule book that were worth putting into practice. George Orwell once said, "The very concept of objective truth is fading out of the world. Lies will pass into history." This is true in our world now more than ever, and you don't even have to turn on the news to see it. I'm thankful that EBCS is a catalyst, fighting the statistic by boldly and unashamedly preaching the truth of common sense. I'm grateful for the opportunity to come to EBCS, to grow, and to be grounded in my relationship with God. I'd like to give some thank yous. First, Mrs. Klein. I don't know if she's here tonight, but she said, take your education onto yourself and don't be a people pleaser. Those were two big lessons that she taught me. I'd just like to thank Ms. Klein for teaching me these two lessons. They motivated me throughout high school to do my best, stay diligent, and learn the things that I need to, and to do it for God's approval, not anyone else's. Thanks for making an impact on my education. Mr. Miller, I'd like to recognize him for the incredible science, history, speech, and economics teacher that he was to me. Your shining example of perseverance, patience, and a positive attitude despite your different obstacles has inspired me to keep going no matter how difficult things get. Thank you, Mr. Miller. Pastor Myers, thank you for your love and prayers for each of us students. Your messages and challenges have definitely pushed me to take my walk more seriously. Your life verse, 2 Timothy 2:15, will always be an encouragement to me to stay sharp in the Word. Mr. Randall, you always say life is about the choices that we make and the consequences of those choices, whether they be good or bad. Thank you for being an awesome mentor, teacher, and coach. You made coming to class fun and vibrant in a way that only you could, and I'll miss that in the future. Mr. Dubois, the big dog. Mr. Dubois, it's been an honor being able to come and learn at this school. Thank you for making math understandable, unlike public school. For being my football coach all those years and being someone I can always come and talk to. Your sacrificial love for each of us students is amazing to see, and the words can't express enough gratitude for all that you do. Thank you. Ms. Dubois. Ms. Dubois is an awesome history and English teacher. Thank you for being an English and history teacher for me all these years and for always asking thought-provoking questions because you care about us. Mr. Tippins, I haven't known you long, but I've enjoyed being able to learn in your math class and your many different insights on life and the Bible. Thank you for being an inspiring teacher and friend. Coach Humphreys, first off, I gotta say, you're the man. You're a full-time teacher, dad, husband, airman, youth leader, and coach of a JV varsity football team on the side. You never gave up on us this season, and it was awesome being able to finally go to state under yours and Coach Borber's leadership. Thank you for being a relatable mentor and coach. God's going to continue doing great things through you on and off the field. I'd like to thank my parents next, Mom and Dad. Thank you so much for raising me and putting up with me and spanking me all these years. And I wouldn't be the kind of person I was or am today without your guidance and leadership in my life. Just thank you so much for everything. I'd like to close with a few encouraging verses that have just kind of stuck out to me in my high school years. Romans 12:12. Rejoice in our confident hope, be patient in trouble, and keep on praying. This verse has kind of stuck out to me because it just kind of gives a mission statement for how to confront problems in our lives and just kind of keep trusting the Lord. Psalm 37:4. Hope in the Lord and keep his way. Again, just seeking the Lord and looking to him for guidance. Habakkuk 2:3. For the vision is yet for an appointed time, but at the end it shall speak and not lie. Though it tarry, wait for it, because it will surely come and it will not tarry. Mr. Tippins actually shared this verse with us at Eagleman, and it was a really big encouragement to me because, during this season of life, you don't exactly know all the things that you're going to do. You don't always have a 5-year plan like everybody expects, but God's going to bring that vision. So, and then a couple more quotes. Success isn't owned; it's leased, and rent is due every day. So we're going into the real world now, and just like in class, we have to bring in these assignments, get everything done, be on time. So just remembering that as we go into the real world. The battle of peace of mind is a battle of trusting God. David Schmidt, this is a mentor in my life, and said this, and I thought it was really good. So just trusting God on all of the times, no matter what. So in conclusion, I'd like to say this is an exciting time of life. We spent a good part of the last 13 years anticipating this day. We started off as freshmen in the pandemic, and just like that, here we are. I'm excited for what God has for us in the future, but as most people know, this can be a time of unknowns. Making this decision isn't always easy in a constantly changing world. But for today, whatever situation you're in, whether that's graduating kindergarten, graduating high school, or trying to figure out how to move forward in a difficult dilemma, determine to do the next right thing. Rather than a life plan, a clear vision, or a 5-year list of goals, and stressing to plan out each intricate detail of life, maybe we should just ask God to help us to do the next right thing for today.
Amen. Yes.
And I'm just going to close with this. So who am I? Sure you want to know? The story of my life is not for the faint of heart. If somebody said it was a happy little tale, if somebody told you I was just an ordinary guy with a care in the world, somebody lied. Whatever life holds in store for me, I will never forget these words. With great power comes great responsibility. This is my gift, my curse. Who am I? I'm Spider-Man.